Love and peace, family. What's happening? Hey, so what we gonna do is we're gonna talk about this Super Bowl, and we're gonna talk about our window. We're also gonna talk about what Jalen Hurts means to this franchise, and lastly, I think we're gonna get into a little bit of the defense and the free agency. All right. So, with all that being said, bro, I'm not gonna hold y'all long, but this video is gonna be direct. Yeah, y'all have to excuse me. Normally I'll be poolside, but it's snowing in Texas, so that part. Super Bowl recap, dog. Bell to ass. That's the whole recap. Honestly, again, this has happened in almost every Eagles game. Like, the score don't really reflect what the game was about. And honestly, in my mind, we lost. We lost to the Commanders, but that wasn't a loss to me. I feel like we lost more. I felt more of a loss from the Carolina game, honestly. And when that game happened, I was like, it's good for us. It's going to be good for us. And when we lost to Commanders later in the season, I was like, well, technically you don't want to go into the playoffs with like, oh, we haven't lost and blah, 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 because that surprise, But all I could think about is that run. We beat the brakes off of fucking Green Bay. We like broke Green Bay. It was like 7 people limped off the field. Destroyed them. Right. Then you had the crazy blizzard game that the Rams lost. 5 minutes left. We had the ball with the opportunity to run the clock down, up 2 scores. And you know what happened. I don't have to say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, play calling, like Murphy Law was definitely in full effect. Like, what could go wrong did go wrong. Jalen Hurts get hurt. Freaking, you know what I'm saying? You can't see. AJ Brown dropping passes. Smitty get fucking hit, get the ball jarred out. But our defense came to play. And so that's why that game ended the way it did, because Jalen Carter said, hey, we are not losing. Then the returning to the mat, when all that crap that the Commanders fans talked came to fruition, it came to a head. That's why they got 55 put on their head. Easy. 55 put on their head, and the starters didn't play at the end of the game. Tell me if you notice a trend. It's been a lot of times where we could have just fucking smashed the team and just continued to run the score up, but we took our starters out. That's Nick's philosophy. Hey, let's get what we need and get out of the game so we can start preparing our bodies for the next game. That is a great strategy. Remember all those times when the Detroit Lions was out there putting up goo gobs of points and people still getting hurt later on, dinged up in the middle of the game and later in the game. I think Montgomery got hurt on some, he didn't even need to be in the game type stuff. So, shout out to Nick. And when we beat the Commanders, 23-55, bro, we still got people. Well, Jaden Daniels' team let him down. Like, all right, bro. You still got people, and this is another thing I want to talk about. We still got people now trying to get a top 5 and leaving Jalen Hurts out, but putting the rookie or the Jaden Daniels in above him. Bro, let me tell you something. All right. Jalen Hurts is the greatest running quarterback of our time. And people keep hearing me say that, and they like, yo, you can't, I don't like to put. Listen, what I'm saying is, well, that's what they try to use. Somebody said that's what they try to use to, like, show Jalen's shortcomings or whatever and say he can't throw. That's fine. I'll take it. It put him even in a greater pantheon of success. Why? Because they say he can't do it. How many running quarterbacks won the Super Bowl? I am young enough to remember when they said, hey, ain't no running quarterback ever gonna win the Super Bowl. Michael Vick couldn't do it. Freaking McNabb was technically a running quarterback. He was not. But that's what they tried to say. He is the epitome of what they call a running quarterback, and he just won a Super Bowl. He's the only one that's done it. They try to say Steve Young. Steve Young wasn't a running quarterback. I'm telling you, Steve Young did take off, though. I guess if you want to use that, then Steve Young would be in the first, but that's not what we counting. Why we can't count that? Because Steve Young and Jerry Rice was a dynamic duo. You know what I'm saying? And everybody want to say that Jalen was carried by the team, but if you don't notice this, Jalen and Saquon went off together. You know what I'm saying? Saquon went off because Jalen was in the game. The game that Jalen went out of, it showed the dynamic that somebody can just load the box. Luckily, Kellen Moore came back with a better game plan the next couple of weeks to get us through over the hump. But I was fully expecting teams to start doing that, right? And Spags took that to heart and thinking, if we do the same thing that the Commanders did when Jalen went out, we can win because we can slow down Barkley. You slow down Barkley and allow the dogs to eat the rest of the dogs. Devontae Smith, Jahan Dotson, freaking, A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert. Like, everybody was getting some, bruh. And at the end of the game, dog, at the end of the Super Bowl, guess what happened? We rested our starters. Listen, how many backups can say that they took a snap in the Super Bowl? And how many starting quarterbacks allowing that shit to happen? Stat padding. Pat Mahomes, truth be told, Pat, it was 40-6. Pat should have been sitting his ass down. Honestly. But, yeah. It is what it is, man. Jalen Hurts has done more for this franchise than any quarterback in Eagles history. And I can tell you that. With the exception of, we talking about the 1960, and before then, those championships that we had as, a franchise prior to the Super Bowl era. I'm talking about this modern history. You know what I'm saying? And he's so Philly, bro. And he's so what Philly need. Because he keeps a calm, level head, bro. And when I watched him on that unscripted and he was like, yo, it changed me. I could see that, bro. I could see that. Because Jalen Hurts don't flinch. He don't waver. He's relentless. And I think it broke something when you lose in that fashion. Dude, like he said, I did everything to win that Super Bowl. Everything. Like, I had a good game. I went up and say he was phenomenal. But the problem was his defense let him down. But he took that on the chin and said, I didn't make it. Truth be told, the naked eye, we was all like, yo, Jalen was the truth in that game. The problem was the defense. Jonathan Gannon didn't do nothing. No adjustments. The expectation that Kansas City had, bro, it was so crazy how Kansas City started out. Man, you hear me? This is how Kansas City started out that week, right? I could tell you, I knew that the Kansas City Chiefs was going to get the hell beat out of them just how the first night, opening night came out, and they, Kansas City, we're back, baby, we're in the Super Bowl. Like, okay. Meanwhile, the Eagles players was like, hey, we just ready to play our game. No excitement. Hey, they kept a calm head, cool. These jokers was excited. Hey, we gonna do it. Where did that get you? You know, so you can tell the temperament. They were drunk with success and boastful and laughing, and they ate all of the Nick Wright freaking takes. They ate them all up. Let them all know that they the greatest of all time, and da 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 da. They gonna be better than the GOAT, Tom Brady. Da da da. The problem is the humility that the Eagles came with because of their loss, and the way that they lost is different from the way that the Kansas City Chiefs just lost. Jalen Hurts put up a masterful performance, right? Offense, A.J. Brown, you know what I'm saying? Listen, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and fucking Jalen Hurts and Dallas Goedert was the only reason why we were still in that game. Our running backs had like 12 yards. They didn't do nothing. At least Saquon still demanded their attention, so they kept running the ball. He had 25 carries for like 50-some yards. He had total of like 90-some yards. But I'm here to tell you, dog, we had a hunger, a desire to finish. And Kansas City came out with this desire to make history. They was worried about history. You need to worry about us before you be history. The difference is you go to fucking the Super Bowl on a national stage and get your back blown out for 60 minutes. Get destroyed for 60 minutes. Dog, fourth quarter, 5 minutes left. The score was 34-0. And I would venture to say we were just trying to put points on the board, just keep chipping away. But if it was crunch time, a couple of those last 2 field goals probably would have been points, bro. We was just trying to get up out of there. We wasn't trying to run the score up. Again, mercy. Listen, Green Bay, we showed mercy. Saquon Barkley slid at the end of the game. That was a routing too. We messed everybody up, and everybody's sitting here like, well, we don't know how good the Philadelphia Eagles was. I'm here to tell you, nobody can fuck with us this year. And it showed. The difference is Kansas City is now going to have to go into the next season with the only definite they got is they got Patrick Mahomes. Their defense is now questionable. Their offense has always been questionable, right? And everybody used to just hang their hat on, hey, Andy and freaking Patty can pull off, you know what I'm saying, a miracle. That's not the case no more. Listen, I don't think that they're going to make it past the divisional round next year. I'm not saying they ain't going to make the playoffs. And that's a possibility. But I think Patrick Mahomes is just a lot better than you know what I'm saying, my initial thought process of make me believe. But I think they broke. They got broke in the Super Bowl, bro. You can see it on their face. And I don't care how much winning they've been doing, bro. That shit stopped. Why? Because when you punch the bully in the mouth, when you destroy that bully, when you hit him as hard as you can, and everybody, all the kids on the playground, see this bully get his ass whooped, all the kids on the playground like, oh, you don't have that same aura. You don't have that aura that makes me afraid. You know what I'm saying? Now, we can beat you. We're going to beat you like the Eagles did. And that's going to be the thought process. Listen, Kansas City is about to go on a fucking get back tour. That last year, you could tell that something was forcing them into this limelight. Like, they wasn't nothing spectacular about Kansas City last year. Wasn't nothing spectacular. They was winning games off of bullshit. And what reminded me of was how the Eagles was winning in 2023. Last season, we was winning off of bullshit. And then week fucking 12, that shit came crashing down. Kansas City should have had the same situation, right? They should have lost like 3, 4, 5 of their last, like, you know what I'm saying, 8 games. They should have. But it was on some next level fucking luck shit. I ain't gonna say no refs, but definitely next level luck shit. And like, they luck ran out. Fortunately for us, we had like a 6-game skid at the end of that season. So we knew when we played the Bucks, I had no expectations. Jalen Hurts' finger was messed up. AJ Brown was out. I think Smitty was hurt. He got hurt. He played, but he was hurt. And we was missing somebody else. I think it was Lane Johnson. No, I think that was this year. But last year, I think we was missing one more person. And it was like our defense was Swiss cheese. It's like construction paper. Just running through that shit. But that's what changed. And that's what changed our mentality. Not that we wasn't winning, but we had a winning season last year. But we felt it. We wasn't close. It was people out trying to stat pad. I think that's why Hassan Reddick had to go, because they was like, nigga, hey, listen. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get up out of here, bruh. What you doing is rushing while we all trying to contain. You know what I'm saying? Notice how Patty couldn't get out of the pocket. And when he did, he was throwing interceptions and shit. Almost throwing interceptions. It's because everybody was rushing as a unit. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have that last year. Last year, everybody was trying to get upfield, trying to get what they can get. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to get paid. This year, we was all hungry because we was all young. Shout out to Howie. Howie Roseman needs to be on the cover of Madden. I'm gonna start that campaign. You know what I'm saying? But listen, it is what it is, man. Those Eagles won a championship, and I'm not gonna put any of the repeat stuff on their head, but I know that they have it in them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna let them go get it. You know what I mean? But listen, free agents. Lastly, hey dog, the salary cap is about to go up, just like it did last year. You know what I'm saying? What I would love to see, I'm gonna say this out loud. I would love to see Myles Garrett and Philadelphia come to an agreement, and the Philadelphia Eagles then trade 2 veteran players for Myles Garrett, which would be James Bradberry, so Cleveland can shore up their back end. You know what I'm saying? Have a veteran presence in their back whatever. And get rid of Bryce Huff. Trade Bryce Huff to Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this first round pick, number 32. Don't need it. You got it. You can have it. That's what I would do. That or Max Crosby. I think Max Crosby will be a sleeper, but he's going to probably move this year. So Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, I heard Thibodeau might be moving. I heard nobody in LA. Of course, Khalil Mack, but you know what I'm saying, that was Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack might be another legit, you know what I'm saying. I think we're gonna try to go younger in the draft and then get a veteran player that's worth something, like Max Crosby, like, you know what I'm saying, Khalil Mack, and get them on that other side and let the young bulls continue to eat. So that's what's up. That's what's gonna keep us for the next couple of years. My hope is that we, in the next 5 years, we can pull off 2 more Super Bowls. If we can do that, the Eagles dynasty is solidified, because that would be essentially, if we do it sooner than later, that'll be essentially 4 or 5 Super Bowls in a 10-year span. That's a dynasty, ladies and gentlemen. It's a dynasty. All right. We already on the cusp right now. No, not like Kansas City. Kansas City has how many rings that dude got? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he got 3. I think Patty got 3 rings. Yeah. Listen, Jalen Hurts probably won't catch up to Patrick Mahomes. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is gonna stop completely. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you this. Just like Josh Allen and Lamar have a Patrick Mahomes problem, Jaden Daniels and you know, everybody else in the NFC gonna have a Jalen Hurts problem until further notice. I'm here to tell you. Much love, Live 5. Hey, like and subscribe right here. Hey, do me a favor, you know what I'm saying? Push out this video to some content creators that you know, because I'm trying to correct the narrative and try to push out these points so people can start following and start understanding that people that actually watch football, that actually know what's going on, you know what I'm saying, is out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here. It is what it is, though. By the way, I'm in Frisco, Texas, down the street from the Dallas Cowboys practice facility. So I'm here to tell you, I know what trash look like. Love y'all.